Good morning, welcome here to JoJo Tarot. I'm gonna do some celebrity video first, and then I'm gonna do my political thing. I haven't done that in a minute, because I gotta feel like it, and frankly, I've been a little disheartened there. Anyhow, so if you don't like politics, yeah, just skip that one. All right, we'll get after these three topics. One, we'll start, I'm gonna ruin up his name, I'm sorry. That handsome footballer, Kylian, can't say his last name, I know, yeah, with an M, and Ester. We'll look at their relationship. Then I'll look at, this is for me, Tyra Banks. I'm sorry. And her lawsuit of defamation against Netflix. I'll talk about why I'm laughing there. And just for funsies, we'll take a peekaroo at Prince William. I'm a little bit of a royal watcher. Yeah, I don't live over there. I don't advise. They don't call me up for advice. Shocking, I know, right? They should. They really, 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 really should. Okay, and I'll be putting timestamps in it, and I think it works just fine when I go back and look and I see where it is instead of trying to write it all down. I get a little distracted. And I have to make sure I have, yes I do, I have this other deck, which I'm going to use for Tyra. She gets the pulp tarot, because I am not unbiased when it comes to her. But, you know, if you're a fan, you're a fan. And also, I can recognize when people have done good work or work that's helped people. But there's also lots of other stuff. We'll talk about that later. Organizing here. Organizing. I need to call my set helper, which is also me, right? And my tech. All right. Okay, I'm starting with this deck. Yeah, I'm not going to use my celebrity one. And look at his name. I know he is that handsome soccer player from France, and he's dating Ester. I think what the viewer was requesting was a little bit of a deeper dive on them, so we'll do that. And I can't say his name properly. I'll try it. I think it's Kylian, and his last name is an M. I know that's... I never looked up where his heritage is. It doesn't really... All right, Kylian and Ester. What can we know? I'll try and... I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll try and do a... I've never really done the 9-card thing, but let's try it today, just for fun. Kylian and Ester, their relationship. What can we know? When I just look at pictures of them, and they don't always know they're being photographed, I think they're happy enough. Just intuitively, I'm not sensing like this is long term. But that doesn't mean they won't get married. You know, people get married for so many reasons. Oh, there's the star. He's a star. I don't really know about her. I should look her up. But I know he is a star, and right now he's working hard. They're in the... I am terrible at sports. Pardon me. But I think France is playing in the World Cup. I was looking some stuff up on that, thinking, you know, maybe I'll try and predict some of that, but maybe not. You like to see that. I love that card, Circles of Support. 3 of Cups. So that would, you know, maybe that's their happiness. Maybe there's a wedding coming. That's the Hierophant. Blessings. That's the church. That's also institutions, government, kind of like conforming, not exactly, but yeah, it's a good card. All right, so we're asking about Mr. K, the football player, the soccer player, Mr. Handsome France, and Ester. I just don't like to say their names wrong. I guess I should have prepared. All right. I have another note for my team. All right, Mr. K and the girlfriend Esther. All right, let's see what we're gonna get with them. Okay, I feel like we're done here. We're gonna cut it. So the football player and his girlfriend Esther. What can we know about their rapport, their relationship? Mr. KM and Esther, their relationship. All right. All right, let's see. 3 of Wands. It's a bright sky. I mean, they may be looking at travel. He's looking at his ships to come in. He's certainly working hard, playing soccer. They both have their separate careers. As far as relationships, we'll read on. But I don't love the back turned. I don't know. I mean, he's looking outward. You know what I'm saying? So that would, I'm just saying. I think he has options. This guy does. I don't know that this is the one. Okay, so right in the middle. Oh, you'd never want to see that in a relationship. Out in the cold. So my intuition tells me that they're happy now. Maybe coming up, it isn't going to be the thing. They may not last forever. And there may be some loss and heartbreak that goes with that. But, if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. And it's a lot cheaper to just break up than to get divorced and go through all that. All right, let's look up. Well, but then here we get the Hierophant. Remember, I was shuffling and I said, maybe we asked about them. Okay, I gotta look on. So I'm gonna lay these down. All right, you see that? Wait, we're gonna put them in order. La la la, and then try to move it over here. But I think I'll have to show you because I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna take another row. So possibly they'll get back together, or they could get married. All right, but this is not what you want to see in a love reading. Pardon my crystals. Okay, crystals. All right, let's move on to the next one. Well, the World. That's completion. So that could be the relationship comes to the ending that it was, or they move on to the next thing. Oh, well, Judgment. Right next to the completion card. Yeah, and I don't know. I'm not seeing all the love here. Okay, I'm taking it from the top, and I'm going to go to the next card. The Queen of Cups. That could be her. Okay, that could be her. Emotional balance. That's a nice card. Keeping a lid on the emotions. There's big cards in here. So as a reading goes. All right, I'm going to do one more row. Well, that's fighting. They all have a different tunic on. They don't agree. And this is the last row I'm going to do. And I'll look at the bottom of the deck too. Yeah. Then 10 of Wands, burdens, and 10s are also endings. So coming back to that World card, I think it's going to go to meet its natural ending. But there again, 2 of Cups. They break up and get back together. Okay, at the bottom is the Moon. Secrets. Also kind of maybe it's a up and down relationship. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I'm going to look inside. Okay, 6 of Rods. That could be marriage too. So it's confusing, right? I'd have to unpack this a little bit more. I get endings and I also get engagement. Gonna get married. But I get fighting. Fives in numerology. I forget what that is. It's not a stable number. Out in the cold. So I think it's a little back and forth, but I think eventually they may just put a ring on it. And I hope the best for them. I hope the best for all of them, even if I'm snarky, which I can be. So we're going to move straight into Ms. Tyra Banks. And she's really not happy right now because Netflix took 3 hours of some interviewing that they did, and they distilled it into 16 minutes. But I have to believe that's their job. But she didn't like how they mixed it. No. So she's suing them for defamation. Now, to be fair, I should have looked this up. That's on me. I don't know if this is already out there in the Netflix world. I could look it up. But I do know this from following a different lawsuit a while ago. And it's not on YouTube anymore. It was LawTube. Defamation is a really high bar in the U.S. to prove that. I don't think she's really going to get that. She's wanting to settle, and she wants to stop this. Those would be her terms: money and stop the showing it or don't produce it. But to be fair, I don't know. I could stop this video, but I'm afraid if I did that, I would not know how to. I think I know how to pause it, but whatever. So defamation is really, 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 really hard to get. And she would know this. Her team would have told her this. But then also, lawyers make money from an angry client wanting to sue. So certainly she's got people saying, yeah, do it. But it would be to settle, I think. So I'm really curious about this lawsuit and what will come of it. She gets this deck because I am not going to be able to be a little unbiased. I find her disingenuous. I find the stories. I mean, she was trying to take ownership. Okay, to be fair, she's trying to take ownership for some things that happened during many seasons of, was it America's Next Top Model or something? She was the face of that. And lots of stories have come out about people that were not treated well, allegedly for entertainment only. That's what tarot is. It's entertainment. But if she didn't like the way they mixed the interviews, she didn't like it. She didn't want that. So let's bring you over here. This is the Pulp Tarot deck. This is what I use for politics too, because it reads that really well. It's also a little snarky. I feel snarky about her. I don't wish her anything wrong, but if you're really trying to take ownership, you apologize to the people you've hurt. You fully, with your full chest, you get out there. You don't just rely on production teams and interviews. You do what you need to do, and I don't need to write a script for you on how to apologize. But if that was what you needed, so we're just asking, how is this lawsuit gonna go for Ms. Banks? Yeah, that's my curious question. Knight of Cups. That's the love card you want to see in a love reading. Okay. All right. I can't shuffle these. Well, this lawsuit will move forward. It's going to move forward quickly. That would be my prediction just from cutting. But that isn't, this is just shuffling. I think this is her a little bit, that Knight of Wands energy. That's that irrational knight getting out there, driving hither and thither and yon. How's this lawsuit going to go? What can we know about this lawsuit, this defamation lawsuit for Ms. Banks? All right, I'm done shuffling. Okay, for Ms. Banks in this lawsuit, what can we know? What can we know? What's the energy around this? She's mad. I'm sorry. Okay, what can we know about this lawsuit and Miss Banks? Okay, 4 of Cups. That's a card of disappointment. I don't know if you can see this really well, but this is the cup you get, and these are the cups that are overturned, or the ones you don't get. So no, all right, it's maybe not going to be quite as what she wants. We got a Page of Cups, so the lawyers are communicating. This is a card of communication. It's also a card of youth. This could also represent the people that are the allegations against her, allegedly, for entertainment only. We'll read on to see what this Page of Cups is, but it's communicating. So I'm going to take it as the lawyer's communicating. Okay, outcome. Okay, she gets the Star. So she is a star, and so I do think she will get money from this. I don't know that she's going to get the full defamation thing. I just know that that's a very high bar. I'm taking another card. Yep, King of Swords. It's going to go to the courts. It's going to go forward. I mean, I don't know if this is settling, but the lawyers are definitely talking. This is the sort of truth. I'm not saying it's settled yet. No. Okay. All right. At the bottom is the 3 of Swords, which is just what it looks like. It's heartbreak. She isn't going to get the defamation thing, is what I would call for that. That's kind of, and also she feels wronged. We'll put it like that too. Let's look inside for her. Yeah, she's waiting. She's the Queen of Cups, and right next to it is the 7 of Pentacles. She's going to get the money out of this, but I don't think she's going to get the reputational stuff. Netflix will throw money at it, and I don't know if it's going to stop or not. Like, that's my bad for not looking it up, but she'll get the money, and she really, just own it. Just own it. Right? Whatever. Okay, last one. Let's take a look at Prince William just for fun. Not him and his wife. I'm not asking about that. Just in general. I like the royals. Yeah. All right, I'm going to ring this one up. And we'll just do a quick little read on him. So how's Mr. Prince William doing? His family looks beautiful. His son George is going to be going to Eton. That's the private school that William went to back in the day. And I think I don't know, these schools are very rigorous. So I think you have to test into it, which I'm sure he would have done fine. And I don't remember how old George is. No. Is he 11? He's getting up there, getting to be the young man. There's the emotional start for George. All right, we're asking about Prince William. How's he doing? What's going on? Is he happy? He loves his wife. Loves his family. Just looking at him alone. All right, Mr. Prince William. Across the pond, there's his dad, the King of Pentacles, Charles. Yes, they're in the Royal Ascot right now. I don't really know what that is. I feel like the only thing I know about the Royal Ascot is like Kentucky Derby, 3 of Cups. That's popping around today. Gotta like that. Okay. One more for Mr. Prince William. Just take a peek at what's going on. Okay. All right. What can we say for you, Mr. Prince William? What's going on? Just the energy. How you doing? What's up for Prince William? Okay. Feeling battle weary. And behind the scenes, there can be conflicts. I don't think he and his father, the monarch, Prince Charles, probably agree on everything. But they keep it on the DL. And he's going forward. And also, you know, just other things. Family members. Battling it out. Okay. I think the royals often feel this. I have to cover them up. This is the Judgment card. But it's also, I think, sometimes it's a card of letting go of the past. So letting the past be in the past. And, you know, the conflict with his brother will not be resolved anytime soon, and we're not even asking about that energy. But I also think just leaning into intuition, I think he's getting older and he's leaning into his spiritual side a little bit. And the angel is awakening him to whatever, if that's the church. He's very grateful for Catherine's health. I can feel that. She's better. You know, we don't know what she had, but yeah, he thinks about these things. And also how he's perceived. That's always out there. He does interesting things with money. Okay, this is also like a card of holding on to money. But he's going to do some things with palace properties to try and free them up for more affordable housing. I think so. I read something like that. This is holding on to it, but I think it's also him being very careful with it and looking at it, and also the image that he wants to have or whatever going forward. All right, at the bottom, the Knight of Swords, sorry. He's got to watch out. This energy is the irrational one. You can see in the card how this knight is just charging off in different directions. That, to me, wouldn't be so much him, but his brother, which is coming up in, you know, it's bubbling up here. He thinks about that relationship. I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. Inside the deck. All right. There we go. New things happening. He has new plans, new adventures, new ideas for the monarchy, and he'll have his turn to implement that, and that's kind of what that is, how the money is and how it looks. His cards look just fine. That's where I'm going to leave it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for anything you want to do. Comment, like, subscribe. If there's something you want me to look at, just ask. And if I forget and my team doesn't remind me, who's also me, just ask again, because it doesn't hurt. I try to keep track of it. I'm trying to write it all down in one notebook. It's not working that well. But anyway, I hope your day is good, and thanks for being here, and bye for now.